So I want to break down this year's revenue so far and kind of all of the numbers. Right now we're halfway through the year, so it's a perfect time to look at everything. And I want to go over gross revenue, our profit margin that we see right now, some of the best performing cars that we have, some of the mistakes that we've made, and then some of the big things that we have coming up. First thing is probably going to be gross revenue. So looking on Turo for this year so far, we are at 213,298 for 2024. So about 213,000, and then private, we're just shy of about 80,000. So halfway through the year right now, we're sitting about 300,000 in gross revenue for the year. That's between Turo and private. Private again, it's about $80,000 in gross revenue. Looking at that, we're about 35% net margin. So if you take 300,000 times 0.3, some of you may have already done it by now, it's 90,000 net profit for the year. So far, we have a lot of room to grow. I mean, if you look at our initial numbers from early this year, I mean, January was 11,600, February we did 14,600, and then March we jumped up to 67, and this is all just Turo, not including private, but that doesn't include private, but still the jump from February to March was a huge one just because we doubled our fleet, and it's one of the busiest months of the year. So we've been holding pretty steady on revenues, dropped a little bit just because the season has started to slow down. But as we pick back up, I think we should see about 750 for gross revenue. And then net will probably stay around 25 to 30%, may decrease a little bit just because we're scaling in other areas. With that, I want to talk about the most profitable cars that we have right now on the platform. And it's funny because the top one that we have right now was added in our fleet in March. It didn't even start in January. So the top car we have right now is our 2023 Porsche 911 Carrera. That one so far since March only, it's done $16,234, which is pretty crazy. We're talking about March, April, May, and June. So 4 months, it's done on average $4,000 a month in gross revenue, which is crazy. I mean, that's super impressive. I think 1 month it actually hit 5,000. The others were about 3,200 to 3,500. So super, super good. Next car is our Chevy Tahoe. For the year so far, it's done $12,275, which is crazy. That did have a $7,000 month, so that explains why it's done so well. That car did start with us before January, so we've had that for the full year. Next car on the list is our 2023 Chevy Corvette C8. This one was in March, and this one's on a reservation right now. Let me just pull that up for you just so you can understand. This one's been on a reservation since March 4th, consistent. So it came to us on March 1st, and then it went on a short reservation like a day or two, and then literally got booked on March 4th, and it's been gone ever since. I'm just gonna pull up the information on that one. It's crazy. I think this is our biggest reservation, and not the longest period of time. Actually, it's not the biggest reservation, but on Turo, it's one of the biggest. So as of right now, we have 119 days at $116 a day for that C8. They have a 2-week discount, which I think it caps out at 2 weeks. I don't think we have anything past that, for $3,600 discount. And then the total trip cost is $10,901.36 after Turo fees, which is 10%. You earned $9,974 for that 119 days. So done crazy well. They're allowed 23,800 miles in that time period, which they haven't even touched that, just because after 5,000 miles, we need an oil change. So, and they haven't gotten to that point yet because we haven't gotten any notifications. We're looking pretty good. They're low on miles, and it's up there. So that's one of the biggest reservations, which is absolutely crazy. Next car is this is our 2018 Maserati Gran Turismo, right behind me right there. That was actually just delisted for maintenance issues, like permanently delisted. For anyone that doesn't know the new rule, if it's 6 years or older, you delist it more than twice for maintenance issues, or it has a low maintenance score, like renters can rate it, then it'll get delisted. So that one we got in March as well, and it got delisted just because of, I think it's delisted once and then maybe had a low maintenance score, so it got just automatically banned. We had 3 of those cars. Another Maserati right here, that one was banned. This one here, and then we had another Maserati banned as well. So that one was killing it. I mean, $9,100 since March, so the past 4 months. It's doing really well. I'm only gonna go over a couple more, but next on our list, this one we started at the beginning of the year. This is our 2021 Chrysler Voyager. We've done 7,400, 444, 10 cents. So that one's done okay. I mean, it's rises towards the top. I think other things would be, but it is. That's one we haven't done a ton of private with. And these numbers are obviously hard to look at just because the private numbers aren't in here. but just know that we've done private with almost all of them. The Maserati we've done a ton with, the Tahoe we've done a ton with, the Porsche we haven't even done one with it yet. Then the next two, the last two on the list are our BMW X5 2023. That's done $7,413.10 for the year. That one we've done a fair amount of private, probably done like 3 or 4 reservations, all pretty good price for private. The last one, which we've done a lot of private with this one, is our 2018 G63 AMG G-Wagon. That one's done $7,410, so $7,410. We've probably done another 4,000 or 5,000 at least on private bookings. That one's had its fair share of private bookings, so it's been super successful. One thing that I want to go over is the biggest price per day. Biggest price per day we've had so far was our 2023 Porsche 911. It did $364 it was like a 2-day reservation, but that was per day, $364. Other than that, I guess technically the Ferrari has the cake, because that one we had up to, I think it was $850 for, it was only 1-day booking. They're pretty short stints, maybe 1 or 2 days. But other than that, it's the 911, which is $364, which is pretty good. So other than that, it's probably like a couple $100 for like the BMW M3 Comp, or maybe $180 for the Maserati Gran Turismo MC. But let's talk about accidents. This year so far, we've had a good amount. We've had a very good amount. I'm just gonna go over the ones I can think of off the top of my head. First is we had a Ferrari 488. We literally got it March 1st. And by March 22nd or maybe March 21st, it was in an accident. 4 months later, we found out it's totaled. We're on month 4 right now. So we just found out like maybe it was a month ago. So 3 months in, and we're still trying to figure it out. So this has been a crazy long process. That car got totaled. We had an M3 Comp. All the big things that happened, people like try to drift a corner or peel out, something like that, especially with the faster cars. So somebody did that with the M3 Comp, drifted a corner and like hit a curb, wheel, tire, skirt. That was about $3,000 to fix. Next is we had a 2020 Hellcat. That person tried to drift a corner, of course, or do a burnout like in a straight line, hit a parked car and caused $25,000 in damage. That one's still at the shop. That one's like been there for a minute. Next, we had a 2013 Ford C-Max. I love this car, so great to us. This one, somebody hit them on the highway. This is so crazy. They hit them on the highway and destroyed the full side of it, immediately totaled. Like they hit every panel on the side of the car, all 5 or 6 panels, whatever it is. So that one's totaled right away. Next, we had a 2016 Cadillac Escalade. This was a vehicle partners. A lot of these are vehicle partners, but that one, the engine blew in it. So that's going to be about $12,000 to replace. That one is sucked. Next is another vehicle partners. This was a Tesla, and somebody side skirted it a little bit. So little scratches, and then like the part of the frame, like side skirt frame part piece, just a little plastic piece, it comes out, got broken, so we had to replace that. That's pretty easy. And then the last thing that's happened this year that I can think of off my little list here is we have a 23 Bronco, and so you can take the roof off of it, and somebody dropped it, and it shipped this top of the roof piece, but it's like a $2,000 roof for the whole roof, and then you can get a piece of it for like $800, but they got this gash in it, and it's been spreading a little bit, so that's not ideal. I'd say we've gotten fairly lucky with our stuff. Oh, I forgot one. We had a 2020 Volkswagen Tiguan, and somebody blew the engine on. They're driving like 130 miles an hour from like the Grand Canyon to Phoenix. Like they were going the whole way, like 130 miles an hour. The engine seized, and it blew because of excessive force. Turo didn't cover that one. We got stuck in a tough situation, so that one, it didn't get totaled. We still have it. We had the engine replaced, and now we're trying to sell it. But yeah, that was expensive. That was really expensive. That was about it. It's gone pretty good this year so far. I mean, pretty good revenue, good net profit still. Not a lot of, I mean, we've obviously had those issues and those accidents and totals and stuff, but we've been ahead for the most part. We're buying a ton of cars right now to expand our fleet. We're looking at a couple additional locations. At this facility, we have about 260 cars, which we can't fit too many more here. We're looking at a couple different cities to expand to. We're working out a contract to expand to, 4-digit cars. So, a lot of cars very quickly over the next year or so. So we have some really, really big things coming. Super excited to share that with everybody once we get it going. But thank you for watching. Appreciate everybody being here and for all the support, and I'll see you in the next video.